Nigeria and the world at large, and welcome to Emmanuel Drumeo's channel. There is a question that needs to be answered. Are we practicing the right way? It has been reported that some drummers around the world, or most drummers around the world, don't practice, and even those that practice don't do it the right way. Hence, their rehearsal sessions don't give them good results. On this note, with honor, I'd like to welcome a man who is going to take us on a lesson on how we should react and how our practice sessions should be. Without further ado, let's welcome Emmanuel Drumeo. Good day everyone, and welcome to my YouTube channel. You all know who I am Emmanuel Drumeo. And before we do anything, I want to use this opportunity to wish you a happy Easter. Christ the risen for this season, and may his name be praised. Hallelujah. Now straight into what we have for today. Today we are going to be looking at what you should do during your practice sessions, how you should practice. Now, like he has said, there are so many drummers that don't know how to practice. They don't know what to do during their practice session. They just believe, yes, I'm practicing. Back then, when I wanted to practice, I just play music and just play to different type of music. And yes, it's part of it, but that is not the real way we should practice. So, without wasting your time, I'm going to be listing 7 things you should do during your practice sessions. Let's go into it. So the first thing you're going to be needing is your setup. Get your setup ready. Any equipment you're going to be using at all during your practice, you have to get them ready. Your practice pad, your drumsticks, your drum set, anything you can access easily and regularly, because your practice has to be regular. So anything you can access easily and regularly that you will need for your practice, get them, including your water bottle. Yes, you have to hydrate to get energy. So you will need those things. Anything you're going to be needing, get them before the practice session. So the second thing you need to do is to examine and warm up. Examine and warm up. Just like you want to drive a car, before you start driving the car, you check the brake pad, you check the throttle, you check the engines, you check everything. Same thing here. Before you start practicing, you check your grip, check your wrist movement, check your feet speed, check your hand speed, check the height of the equipment, you check your posture. There are a lot of things you have to check before you start practicing, because you are practicing so that when you play on an actual drum set, you will not fuck up. So when practicing, you have to imagine it is an actual drum set. So anything you will do when you are playing an actual drum set should be done when practicing. So check those things, examine and warm up before you start practicing. Now the third thing you have to know, or you have to do before you practice or during your practice, is practice your rudiments. Practice your rudiments. What are rudiments? Those basic things you learned during drumming. I know most of us know what rudiments are. So those basic things you learned, your single strokes, double strokes, paradiddle, you should practice them. There are some basic rudiments you need to know. You should know all, but there are some basic ones you should know. You should know your single strokes, you should know your double strokes, you should know your paradiddle, you should know your flam, and you should know your drag. Master those ones. Master them during your practice sessions. Then you can move on into the practice. Now the fourth thing you have to do during your practice session, this is one of the most important things you have to do. Most of us don't do it. You should revise. Revise. You have been practicing for long. There are some feels you've learned before. There are some chops you've learned before. there is a groove you have learnt before, revise them, practice them again, because you are practicing so that your arsenal will be full. So keep practicing, keep revising them. If you've learned something last year, practice it again this year, so that when you match what you've learned last year with what you've learned this year, you would have a larger arsenal as a drummer. So revise what you've learned before, anything at all. It might even be your rudiment, it might be a particular way of playing your kick, it might be a particular way of playing this. Just revise them, practice them, revise them. Now for the fifth thing you should know is be intentional. Be intentional. What do I mean by be intentional? Set up a schedule for yourself, like a rooster for yourself. Okay, today I'm going to be practicing from 6 till 8. I'm going to be practicing from 6 till 9. Just set it. It must be a convenient time where there will be no distractions. So set out that time for yourself. Then remember, always practice with a metronome. Always practice with a metronome, because when you don't practice with a metronome, yes, you will know the groove, you will know the feel, you will know how to play that chord, but you will not be on time. And as drummers, our major function in the band is time. When you don't know your time as a drummer, then you don't know what you are doing. So always practice with a metronome. It will be ticking beside you. A metronome is a little device. You can have it on your phone that will be ticking beside, giving you the time at which you should play. So you should play in accordance with the metronome. Always practice with a metronome. Now the sixth thing you should do during your practice session, this is the most fun part of the practice. Yes, this is the most fun practice. This is the reason why a lot of people don't have practice pads, because it's not as fun as playing on the actual drums. So this is the most fun part of the practice. Explore. What is explore? You should listen to music and play to the music. Listen to a particular music, play to the music. Listen to different type of music, play to them. You know, I said this at the beginning of this video that how I used to practice before is I'll just listen to music and play. Yes, it's really nice because it will help you notice a particular thing you don't know how to play, and then you work on it. It is like it will give you an impromptu lesson to work on. For example, you are playing and then you want to do a feel that just comes to your mind, and then you discover you have a difficulty in doing it. That will be what you work on. You will start practicing until you get it right. That is also an important thing you should do during your practice session. So explore. In as much as you've gotten your rudiments right, you've gotten your equipment ready, you've known what you should do, then explore. Just play to music. Any type of music, just play to them. It will even help you gain more wider space as a drummer. You will be more experienced. You'll be able to play different kinds of music. So explore. Explore. And the last point for today is record your progress. Record your progress. You would have made progresses. Maybe you went so fast before, now you are fast. Record it. You can shoot a video of yourself during practice, so that when you watch it, you will know your flaws. You will know if you are dynamic enough. You will know if your drums actually sound good. You will know how you are playing. So record your progress so that you will know how far you've gone. Record your progress. You could record how fast you were. You could record the time you can now play. You could record how fast your tempo is now. Maybe before you couldn't play above 100, now you can play 200, 250. Yes, record it so you will know your progress around your drums during practice. Now this is the end of the video. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, like, share, comment. If you have any questions whatsoever, I would reply them. I'm Emmanuel Drumeo, and God bless you. Remember, practice makes perfect. Always practice.